Step forward if you agree with the prompt. If you're a woman, you should be a feminist.
What do you think?
I don't agree.
What?
Huh. Interesting. No, because the prompt says if you're a woman, you should be a feminist. So that's why I'm asking you, Jay. I've been often told, my wife, for example, has often been told, Jay, oh, to me, Jay, how can you? So my wife says the same thing, like, I'm not a feminist. So, Jay, and she's often attacked by the feminist types saying, Jay, how can you be a woman and not be a feminist? What do you think about that?
Well, just because you're a woman, you have to be a feminist or you should be a feminist. I think it's unfair because you're not given a choice. তাহলে আমাদের ফ্রি উইলের লাভ কি?
Right.
আমাদের কোনো চয়েস থাকছে না মানে not that I'm saying that okay feminists are wrong or whatever মানে সবারই তো থিওরি আছে
Right.
you know like and ওই থিওরিগুলো questionable হবে না and what not but I am not a feminist.
Yeah.
I believe in rights.
I think you're right because I thought the whole point of the feminist movement was to give women choices.
Yes.
And so you should be free to choose what you want to be.
Absolutely. And there should be lines drawn too. So, like if you call me anti-feminist, I'm not even that. I think I have a balance of ideas.
Yeah, like there's
So we'll
certain
talk
things
about
you
that.
might agree with, certain things you might not.
Absolutely.
Like
So
you
if
don't
call
want
me
to
a
fit
safe-
yourself into a tribe.
Correct. I'm
Right.
not a type. If you call me a safe player, I may be playing safe, but I have my own opinion as well.
Right.
So we'll discuss. I'm going to discuss korbo obosshoi.
Let's take a look at what these guys have to say.
Let's see.
So the feminists come forward.
I think the concept of anti-feminism is like counterintuitive as a woman. Like everyone should want equality of sexes, Everyone should want to have the same education level, the same all these things in a position and still make as much as a person who identifies as male.
In this society, we have
she
to
say?
be feminists
She says,
As a person who identifies as male.
in this
We're gay for being straight.
What do you have to say, Saad?
I think-
I'll ask you.
yeah, because she said something like qualities like education. I was
Sexes,
sure-
Everyone should want to have the same education level, the
Yes.
same all these things in a position and still
Position.
make as much as a person who identifies as male.
in this
Huh. So she's saying, I think I do agree, Jay. Women should be treated equally in society. I mean, I think most people agree, Jay, men and women should be treated equal in society.
Yeah.
For example, I'll go out and say, Jay, whenever I'm asked, Joe, you don't think men and women are the same? No, I don't think they're the same.
Oh my God.
But I think they deserve equal respect, of course.
I would say if you're given the scene now, if you're blessed to see the scenario, যে আগে কি ছিল এখন কি ছিল
Right.
অনেক বেশি ডিফারেন্স উই ক্যান সি সাদ যে আমাদের মাদের রাইটস কি ছিল আর আমাদের এখন কি
Absolutely. I mean, yeah.
socially we're getting a lot more rights than what our mothers got, I'll be honest.
Agreed. Agreed, absolutely. In terms of rights and because the face of society, opportunities, amader ashole, the truth is, look, feminism is it was just what we were talking about before this video started. When we talk about feminism, I do believe in certain parts of society it's necessary. But amra jei parts exist kori, I think this is quite a privileged part of society that we exist in, and most these social media feminists exist in ashkal. To say, like, let's say the Gulshan households. I doubt whether we need feminism here. Would you? Do you?
Where if we're putting it in a box like that, I don't think we need that.
Yeah.
Because we're blessed with the choices, we're blessed with the opportunities. And আমি কিন্তু উইতে আমি নিজেকে ওই বক্সে ফেলছি না, রাইট? আমি ফেলছি না, আমি জেনারেলাইজ করছি যে আচ্ছা লাইক ইউ সেড দ্য গুলশান সোসাইটি সো ওদের তো ফেমিনিজমের দরকার নাই বা লাইক ফেমিনিজম ক্যাম্পেইন করার দরকার নাই.
Right. Again, this is a generalization. It doesn't mean anyone in Gulshan doesn't need feminism. It's
Correct.
not that. It's general statement.
It's a general statement.
Yeah.
But মানে কাদের পাওয়া উচিত কারা পাচ্ছে ওইটা দেখার বিষয় এখানে.
Yeah, because I think, for example, the rickshawalar bows, the people who are, let's say, Bangladesh's, which area was it? Where I saw a couple, like, people who
Korail.
Korail, and then
গ্রামের
dike yedike where people are forced to do sex work, for example. I do think I don't know if feminism is required, but women empowerment is definitely required.
Definitely.
But these are not those places.
I'll try to cut you there, Saad. Women empowerment. Now, you took those words, right? Like you just said, feminism darkar naki ache naki darkar eta jani na. Women empowerment, definitely. I agree with that. Women empowerment definitely darkar ache, because ekhane ki are they given the choice?
Right.
You know, underprivileged jara তাদের কাছে কি actual voice, actual spirit of feminism পৌঁছাচ্ছে? Like what you just said, you made sure that you raised this issue. Like আমরা কিন্তু গুলশানের সাইড যারা প্রিভিলেজ তাদের কাছে আমরা ফেমিনিজমটা পৌঁছাতে চাচ্ছি না, মানে আমরা পৌঁছাবার কে এখানে, we're just saying, but actually আমরা যাদের থেকে জানতে চাচ্ছি তারা কি জানছে নাকি?
Right, because we'll talk about the thing is, most of the feminist type people that will usually, let's say, have a conversation with me are talking about feminism, but I don't see them doing any of the things. Like, for example, I don't see a group of my friends, hi friends, if you're watching this, I don't see a group of my female friends grouping together and going like, you know what, we want to empower like women only rickshawalas, and আমরা আমাদের এই এরিয়ায় আমরা মেয়ে রিক্সাওয়ালা ছাড়া অন্য কারো রিক্সায় উঠবো না. You're not going to do that. You need to go to office, you're going to call an Uber. So what are you preaching about feminism to me? Let's see.
We have to be feminists as women, because there's certain things going on where our rights are being stripped away, and Black women, Black trans women are more likely to be murdered and attacked, and that's absolutely a feminist issue, and that's something that everyone should care about.
I think that is what I think that we should look into the statistics to be fair, right? And from what she just said, and should trans women be
there you go. Okay.
included in? Well,
What did you just say?
No, that's a very nice. She's correct
I'm
about the
blurred.
statistics. So I study these statistics a lot. She is correct about the statistics, but আমার মাথায় একই প্রশ্ন আসছে যে, so we are watching feminist anti-feminist debate.
yes.
Why are we talking about trans women?
That's my question too. Well, I just picked that up right away. That too, she specified Black trans women.
This is the other thing the feminist type does. The modern feminist, the radical feminist type does is, feminism isn't enough, right? They'll put in. Why'd you bring the race card and the trans card in here as well? We're talking about male versus female.
Exactly.
Or
Where
the
stick to the
sexes.
theory.
Yeah.
Stick to the theory. Don't bring in the cards. I agree.
Everyone of any gender expression, men included, should be feminists.
I think there are different brands of feminism, if you will, that don't represent what I think all of us here feel is the true ideal of what feminism
Absolutely.
is.
And I don't think that everyone has to be active as a feminist in the exact same way. Like, not everybody can march, not everybody can protest, not everybody can really be an advocate for feminism.
At the end of the day, it's taking a look at patriarchal systems and seeing the flaws in those systems and how they negatively impact everyone.
I pause on that thought, and the disagreeers step forward.
Okay.
This is interesting.
Yeah.
Define woman. Go, please. One of you.
A person who their internal idea of what they are is a woman.
Terrible definition. Coming from a lesbian, that destroys the very concept of our sexual orientation. Just saying that it's an
But
idea. Why?
Why?
Because you can't be connected and sexually attracted to somebody's brain.
Let's make sure to keep it to the
she's
prompt. If you're a
brutal.
woman, you
Blunt.
should be a.
Because
Right on.
Yeah, because there's this idea going on in the US, and this debate is happening to Western countries, right? So I often wonder, Jay, so now one of the things যেটা আমি দেখি হচ্ছে the LGBTQ plus agenda has gotten like কোন লেভেলে গেছে
Glorification,
হ্যাঁ
huge level
মানে it
there.
went from tolerance to glorification. Now আমার কথা হচ্ছে, look, if you're an adult, you want to be gay, you want to be trans, you be whatever you want. That's one thing.
Gay!
একটা হচ্ছে যে, because at some point the movement towards homosexuality and even 20 years ago was যে or like we're people to, leave us alone. What we do in our bedroom is amader byapar. And I'm fine with that. Until you come out to the streets and try to, push that on the rest of on everyone else. You go like, one of my friends comes to me and go like, on Instagram profile ghattesi, Bangladesh, this is Bangladesh. Let's say some girl's name, and then it says she, her. What else would you be? What do you mean? This is ridiculous. These concepts basically have gotten.
But স্যার এখানে আমি আবার আপনাকে বলবো যে অনেকে না মানে এমনি করে যে আচ্ছা ওই যে আমাদের একটা হ্যাবিট হয়ে গেছে না ছোটবেলা থেকে লিখতে টেক জেন্ডার ওইটার কারণেও কিন্তু অনেকে দিয়ে দেয় she her or he him.
And what she just said, AJ, basically what the one with the glasses said is whoever thinks she's a woman is a woman.
I don't agree with her definition.
And then the lesbian came in and said, that's a terrible definition.
Yes.
Bangladesh, recently I've been noticing there's also a conflation on the words, and the leftist people, they usually do that. You'll see them speak a lot of complicated words, which honestly, if you take the whole sentence together, it doesn't make any sense. She doesn't know what she said. But she said it to make you feel stupid. The end.
Yeah.
So what happens is, Bangladesh, recently there's Facebook, there's a lot of talk about transgender support. They'll say, I forget her name, the transgender, she's been presented as the Bangladesh's first transgender news lady.
Okay. She secured her position there as a newscaster.
Right. So, for example, I appreciate that as well. But Bangladesh, there's a huge overlap in words in terms of where people conflate hijras with transgenders. They are not the same thing.
No, they're not.
Intersex and transgenderism is not the same thing.
এইদিকে আবার অন্য টপিকস চলে আসবে
because transgenderism is like so
that's why I had a problem when she talked about the fact that like trans women are being oppressed.
যেমন for example
বাংলাদেশে
আমাদের সাবকন্টিনেন্টের কনটেক্সটে হলে হিজড়াদের দিকে actually they have my complete support.
Yes, they do.
একদম
আমারও
oftentimes some friends will go like, they're scary, but you don't understand, we turn them scary. Society তাদেরকে আলাদা করে দিয়ে
they might be going through the torture that they still go through every day.
Absolutely, and I agree completely with them, but transgenderism I feel is a
different
first world
issue altogether.
This is a first world problem where you go like, I just don't feel like a man anymore, so I'm a woman. And America এখন যেটা হচ্ছে যে even without having surgery, without anything,
you just dress up,
you dress up. I'll show you a couple of videos after this where a guy who looks completely like a guy, just boro chul আছে, or basically he wants to step into a woman's gym and he's offended that he won't be allowed to because he's been identifying as a woman for like 5 hours.
Wow. Applause to him. Her.
Sorry, we made a mistake. You're not actually allowed to be here, but you're more than welcome to use the co-ed facility. And I kind of just hung up because I was devastated.
Feminist. Why do y'all disagree with that?
Okay. I completely disagree. Exactly 2 years ago, if I had done this, I probably would be a feminist. But then I started to look at, and I think the agreeers actually mentioned is, like, what do Black women gain from feminism? Because I remember even during Black Lives Matter, when I led 2 protests for Black women, and I counted how many white women I saw there, and the ones who were there who were just there to take pictures for social media, and then the Black men also hiding behind us. Everyone, the whole world hides behind Black women. Enough.
Same thing that's happening. Look what's happening in Iran. People on the feminist side right now are not speaking up for those Iranian women. I have a friend that is a trans woman living in Iran right now. It's miserable. Nobody stands up for that poor girl.
As a woman, I particularly think I'm a humanist. For example, 2 years ago, I was a rigid feminist, and I made a decision to pivot my platform, teach Black women how to sit in our feminine energy, because we've never experienced that.
Well, that just sounds like Black feminism to me, teaching women how to do that in the time that we are in now.
But we're not learning fast enough. We deserve to rest. We deserve to relax. We deserve to choose if we want to be a traditional wife. I went from law to being a CEO to now I just want to be a housewife. And every time I say that, I get so much hate.
See, there you go. This is a a boiling issue here.
This is something I see often in যেমন আমার life this is quite prevailing because my wife for example has chosen to be a homemaker and she will often get put down by friends, relatives and go like, oh, you know, you've তুমি তাহলে পড়ালেখা করে কি করলে? But and that's the question I posed. I thought that, you see, men aren't putting my wife down, it's other women. And here I thought feminism was about choice. I thought she got to choose whether she wanted to be at home or whether she wanted to work. I thought that was her choice.
Your choice, bitches.
But it seems more and more likely that the choice of the message of feminism is not women should have choice. It's more like women should be like us. Or they're wrong.
মানে ওরা একটা প্রোফাইল করে দেয়, তোমার এই প্রোফাইলেই সেট করতে হবে, আদারওয়াইজ the theory itself is being questioned by the theory.
Right.
You know, like this is what's happening. And কিছুক্ষণ আগে যে the lady with the green hair, she said like it is feminism is something that fights against the patriarchy, right? That should stand against the patriarchy. She is basically choosing her words from Catherine McKinnon. You know, I think when I was teaching jurisprudence, there was feminism as a topic. So I used to teach about radical feminists as well. You know, the feminism theory.
Yeah, so, radical feminists are now feminists.
Exactly. And that is why I wanted to come back to that point, because I wanted to raise it, but then I forgot. Why are we not sticking to the boxes? Why aren't we not sticking to the types? Because there are categories of feminism kintu. So amake jodi ekta category te fella hoy, ami kintu bolbo I am partly cultural feminist. Jara, you know, who believe in connection. Like females should be given the choice. If your wife is a homemaker, my mom is a homemaker. When I want to be a homemaker, I can be a homemaker, I will be a homemaker. So, you know, radical kintu pura pura alada, but how it's being portrayed, like what you said, feminism, radical feminism hoye geche ekhon.
Yeah, because we used to read about the time, I think about the law lectures, okhon theke amar mone porteche, there was talk about like separating women into islands and whatnot.
Yeah, throwing out your uterus. Like sadly.
Eta hocche, I think one of the things we need to understand about. So wait, you said, you know, it should be about choices. What about the boxes? I thought, like, আজকাল আমার যাদের সাথে কথা, you know, these people are usually like, কিসের box? Like, they want to grow out their armpit hairs. So.
Oh dear God. I mean, radical-এরও যদি radicalism থাকে.
They're like, ছেলেদের দাড়ি আছে, আমাদের থাকবে না কেন?
Oh, disgusting.
Because we are the same.
I'm sorry.